everyone, Mike Mulrooney with a quick Shirley talk, and I've really been wanting to talk about this for a while, and it's a friend of mine just mentioned, the guy that's helping us with all the videos. He said, the first two videos you did, the two things that you say that are common in theme are we live in the richest country in the world, and we have people that can't pay their bills because they're sick. And I think about this all the time. And when you listen to a daughter's story, it'll be, I thought it was tonight, but it'll be tomorrow. It's 7. She talks about her mom was at the last stages, and a trial drug that they had was available, but the insurance company turned it down and they couldn't afford to pay for it. I just get a message today, and this is from a young lady that's been fighting a brain tumor. It's not cancer, but she says, we robbed Peter to pay Paul and then exhausted every ounce of savings. My husband's retirement, lost homes, we drive cars that are on a wing and a prayer. Think about that. Put yourself in those shoes. We live in the richest country in the world, and we have people that can't afford to make it, that can barely afford food while they're sick. And I don't know what the answer is. People make donations to huge organizations, and I never thought I would go here. But there's huge organizations that bring in millions and millions of dollars, and good for them. Bring in millions and millions of dollars. And I don't care about what the people make as far as salaries. That doesn't bother me. It's what do they do with the millions of dollars that they collect? If somebody works for an organization and they bring in $1 million, they deserve to be paid well. But what do you do with the other money? How is it handled? How is people in this country can't afford medicine, can't afford treatments? How does a doctor, and I'm not blaming doctors, so please don't send me hate mail, but how does a doctor look at a person and say, I can operate on you if you can pay me? And I don't know if that's even how it works. How does an insurance company decide treatment? If a doctor says somebody needs a specific treatment, who is the insurance company to decide whether the person gets it or not? And that's the world we're living in. Where do we go from here? I'm not a big fan of universal health care because I think it puts a tax or a burden in people that work every day that are probably barely making it anyway. So what's the answer? I really don't know. I'm hoping somebody out there, and I hate to say politicians because folks, you can say what you want about this election, Democratic or Republican, you won't see those people for another 4 years. That's the way it is. They come out and make promises left and right, but nothing ever gets changed. So what should change? Do insurance companies go back to nonprofits? Do doctors? I don't know. I am not one that believes in taking money from somebody that they've earned. I don't believe that. But we have a real problem in this world when people can't afford healthcare. Healthcare has become a rich person's game. If you don't have the money for treatments, you die. And that's the way it is. You can argue with me, you can yell at me, we can have a civil discussion, but prove to me when I hear stories like this that it's not real. A husband's story out on YouTube, go listen to it. His wife had 5 PET scans. He's going to bring the bill up here and I'll show it to you. 5 PET scans, $250,000 a piece. $250,000 a piece, not total. $250,000 a piece, 5 of them. That's $1.2 million. Does that money get transferred actually to the doctor's office? What kind of machine is taking these scans where it takes $250,000 to run the thing? We live in a digital age. There's got to be an app that can scan your body and upload it in about 5 seconds. I just don't understand. In the richest country in the world, we have these problems where if you don't have the money, you die. And that's where we're at. So what do we do to fix it? Again, I'm not sold on universal health care. I'd love to hear your comments. Write them in the comments. If you don't like what I said, fine. I hope I rubbed you raw because I want you to think about the situations that we're in. And I'm not talking about people that have blown all their money their entire life and get sick and you can have all your opinions. They don't deserve to die. But when you have people that go through every penny that they've saved, every savings, lost their home, can't drive their cars because they're broke down, we've got a problem. And I don't know what other country out there has it any better as far as the medical and health. I'm not too sure. I haven't done a lot of research. I just see these stories every day, and it makes me sick. We went and visited a young lady today, Claudette, and the video will be uploaded here soon. She's a laborer, has a fantastic attitude on life, believes God is going to take care of her. And she works every day because she can't afford not to. She's getting ready to start her treatments. Have you ever had chemo? You heard radiation? It destroys your body and makes you so sick that most people can't even sit up in bed. And yet she's going to go to work because she can't afford not to. So I'd love to see your messages. I'd love to see arguments one way or the other. Again, I'm not one way or the other as far as universal health care. I don't believe that's the answer as far as taxing everybody, raising everybody's taxes, and providing health care for people. But what's our options? I don't know, folks. I just know that Shirley's Way is sick and tired of reading these stories because they're so heart-wrenching. If you don't tear up when you read these stories, then you don't have a soul. You really don't. You don't have a heart. I don't know if it's just easier for people that can fix this to look the other way, put people on the front lines answering an 800 phone number, just telling anybody what they can, reading from a script. You know, I heard a few years ago that an insurance company here in Louisville had $26 billion to pay for another insurance company. $26 billion. I think the government nixed it, said they couldn't do it. I don't know. I don't remember the whole story. All I remember is the company had $26 billion to spend on buying another insurance company. You know what we could do with $26 billion? We wouldn't have this problem. Yet they had it banked to buy out their competitor. And insurance rates go up every year. Completely every year. So again, I'd love to hear your comments. Please make them in the comment section. You can send them to me if you want to. I'm open to all options. Not that I have any power to fix anything. But I'm just curious what everybody has to say. Because I don't have the answers. I just see the despair that people have in their eyes when they apply for assistance. And we just shake our heads because we know what's going to happen. This person is going to choose to live or die because they don't have the money to live. So put yourself in those shoes and let's put our hats on and figure this out. And again, these politicians that are running, they're not going to save us. They can act like they care about us in every debate and every stage performance. But after November 3rd, you won't hear a thing from them until 4 years from now. There's people that have been in this government for so long and talking about, even the new ones, talking about what they're going to do. And they've been in office and they haven't changed a thing. So keep that in mind. But we've got to fix this problem. And I wish I knew the answer. Thank you. Please watch all of our YouTube videos. Please subscribe. Click on the bell to notify you of new videos coming out. We've got some great stories. Claudette's story will be out this week, so please listen to that. And I hope you have an amazing evening.